first grade. I'm going to read a story today. It's Curious George, A Home for Honeybees. He is curious about bees in this one. So this one is an adaptation by Julie Tibbett, based on the TV series Teleplay, written by Ron Holsey. George and Steve like to build things. You two are good builders, like bees, said Betsy. George was curious. Bees could build things? Bees make honeycomb inside their hives to store honey, Betsy said. She gave some to George and Steve to taste. There's a picture of the honeycomb. Betsy showed them her poster from Earth Day. So we just had Earth Day, didn't we? Bees build hives in trees to lay their eggs and store honey. All the bees follow a queen bee. She's the biggest bee in the hive. Worker bees go from flower to flower, getting nectar and pollen to make honey. The honeycomb was very sweet. When Betsy left for dance class, George and Steve ate the whole thing. They needed to find more honeycomb. George and Steve went to the park to look for a beehive in a tree. Be careful, bees can sting, said Steve. George could not find a hive, but he found something else. He saw a beekeeper at the Earth Day festival in the park. This is a beehive, the beekeeper said. I built it myself. It works the same way as a hive in a tree. So we've got a couple of beekeepers around here that I know of. So maybe your moms and dads can find videos about these beekeepers and show you how these work. The bees make honeycomb on the frames in the top box. The box on the bottom is where the queen bee lives and lays her eggs. You can build your own beehive, the beekeeper said. Then you can get more honeycomb. They went back to George's house to get started. Steve drew plans for the hive. George thought building boxes would take a long time. George tried to use drawers, but some drawers didn't fit together. But a kitchen cabinet would make a great beehive. Surely the man with the yellow hat would not mind. George knew where to get frames. He and Steve put all the parts together. Their beehive was ready to go back to Betsy's house. So do you think it's going to work for them? Let's see. Now they needed to find some bees. George had an idea. Maybe if their hive had flowers, the bees would move in. But just then, Betsy came home. I'm sorry we ate all your honeycomb, said Steve. We built you a hive to make more. George and Steve were worried Betsy would be angry, but instead she looked happy. This is the best present ever, Betsy said. Besides, that piece of honeycomb was for you. I've got lots more. What a relief. Betsy's project was not ruined, and there was more honeycomb. Everyone was happy. Well, almost everyone. So this is a little sweet sculptures. It says, bees build their hives out of beeswax, which they produce with their bodies to make honeycomb. You can build things with all kinds of materials, even dough. Get a grown-up to help you make this edible Play-Doh. So what you'll need for this is half of a cup of honey, half a cup of peanut butter, and powdered milk. Do not add the water to it. What you do, you mix together the honey and the peanut butter, add enough milk powder to make the dough the right consistency. Have fun creating bees, flowers, or whatever you want. And when you are done playing, you can eat your creations. And then this, it says, be like a bee. Do you know that bees can dance? You can find videos on YouTube of this also. Their dance tells other bees where flowers are located. When they are done collecting nectar and pollen from the flowers, they use their antennae to smell their way back to the hive. Each bee colony has a unique odor, so bees can tell that it is their home. Now you can have an antenna just like a bee. What you will need, a plain headband, chenille craft stems, which are like the pipe cleaners, and small styrofoam balls. Twist 2 pipe cleaners together to make each antenna. Using yellow and black will make you look like a real bee. Twist the 2 antennae around the top of the headband several inches apart and make sure they stand up straight. Then pop a styrofoam ball on top of each antenna. You may color the balls black first if you would like. Now go outside and smell the flowers and do a little dance. But be careful of the bees. See y'all next time.